Like Samuel Gibson, when he needed a new wheelchair, he designed his own.
Well, there was added motivation. A young woman he eventually married.
Samuel and Jennifer Gibson often explore the hills above their home in the Hawke's Bay. The quad bike gives Sam the freedom to be adventurous and allows them quality couple time together. They met 5 years ago on a thoroughly unromantic boat trip down the Mekong River.
And it was a big, horrible, loud, smelly barge with no seats and about that much of oily water on the bottom. So we were all sitting up the sides trying to keep dry. And there was a big V8 engine which had no sound protection and it was roaring away. So sort of wasn't so romantic trying to talk to each other. But it was very interesting.
And then we spent the night in a small village just along the Mekong, and we all went out for dinner together.
From there, romance blossomed between the Kiwi project manager and the Canadian nurse. Their relationship was a motivation for Sam's acclaimed design, the Easy Riser chair. You see, to capture the woman of his desires, he needed a versatile chair. Sam was born with brittle bones. He's barely 1 metre tall and has used a power chair all his life. When Sam took off to Canada to spend more time with Jen, his old chair was on its last legs. On a wintry camping trip in the Rockies, it just gave up, letting him down badly.
This is one of the reasons I wanted to design a new wheelchair, actually, and I'm serious about that too. We were camping in a place called Jasper in the Rockies, and it was quite cold. And my old chair decided to stop working. And I knew a fair bit about my wheelchair and how it worked and what to do to fix most things. But I'll be blowed if I could fix this one. So I thought that's not good enough. I thought there's a lot of millions of people in the world who live in these conditions, and you need to have a chair that can handle it. So that was one of the criteria, that it would operate in extreme hot and cold.
While based in Canada and pursuing Jen, Sam spent his time considering other design modifications, like a four-way suspension system.
Most wheelchairs are quite small and hard. Any little bump I would go over, the shock would be transferred right up into me. And at the end of the day, I used to have quite severe headaches, and it was just because of the constant jarring.
Sam hooked his childhood friend Campbell Easton into the project. Emails flew between Canada and home, and the two dreamed up the Easy Riser.
I guess selfishly I wanted a new wheelchair, and I couldn't find one.
I was kind of disgusted that there was no chairs around with proper suspension systems, and all modern cars have great suspension, and no one would put up with a car with no suspension. I thought, well, why should wheelchair users have be bumping along? It's their car, if you like. So.
The Easy Riser's innovative design captured interest at a recent trade fair in Germany.
Yeah, there's a few people who said it was one of the only real new different things at the show, so that was quite nice to hear.
A major Swedish manufacturer is now on board to market the chair internationally.
Yeah, they seem to think that the sales potential for the worldwide market is from 200 to 400 chairs a year, so it's pretty significant sales for us.
The Easy Riser is a Kiwi design success story, but for Sam, its impact is personal.
Hey, I've got a new set of legs, I guess. What more do you say than that? And the fact that now other people have the opportunity to know the same level of independence that I know is satisfying as well. We sold a wheelchair to a little girl in Australia last year, and just reading her emails and talking to her, it's genuinely changed her life. For the first time in her life, she's been able to toilet herself, to shower herself, to get herself to bed. She now is working, and things that she says she couldn't do before, and that's neat, because now someone else is experiencing what I am.
And then the comfort bit too. I know he's comfortable in this chair with the suspension, and yeah.
And yes, it is a happy tale all round. He and Jen married in Canada.
It was sort of a bit like a fairy tale. And it was a beautiful day and very special in the wedding sense. But it was also in an amazing part of the world.
They've bought a house in Havelock North and hope to start a family soon.
I love seeing him play with children, being able to get right down to the floor.
We both love children, and we know that there will be some challenges having, their dad in a wheelchair, but it's not a concern. We know that we'll be okay.
Not at all. Especially with Samuel's, there's always a way attitude.
My motto in life and everything is there is always a way. And I believe that if you want to do something, you can. Success is achievable.